Well, hello there. We need to talk about the unfortunate feeling that everybody is having about not being able to afford a home. By the way, this is crazy. It is so loud behind me. I'm at South Lido Park. It is, mid-April right now, 2024. And I guess everyone came out because it's such a beautiful day, beautiful Sunday, the 14th of April. And I guess everyone wants to party. So my name is Maciek Zaremba. I'm a real estate agent in Sarasota, Florida. Check it out. This area here has jet skis. You can go boating. You can bring your boat and dock it up. You can go fishing. You can do all types of things. But we need to talk a little bit about why people do not feel like they're going to be able to afford a home. So we have a Redfin article that's saying that 40% of renters do not feel they're going to be able to ever buy a home. And this is actually up 13% from last year. Last year was 27% of people didn't feel like they can afford it. Now it just got worse. And quite frankly, I do not blame them. Everything has gone in the wrong direction for buyers, except for inventory. There's a lot more homes to pick from, at least in Florida. Florida has so many more homes for sale right now. So maybe, just maybe, someone out there might be willing to owner finance you if you're a renter. If you don't think that's possible, let me tell you, I've bought 3 properties owner finance, and I wasn't even trying. It just kind of fell into my lap because I'm in the industry and things happen. So if you don't think you're going to be able to afford a home, know that there are creative options out there where you don't need that 20% down. You don't even need that 3.5% down. Sometimes you can just go and take over someone's payments. Other times you can go and get owner financing on a property and get into home ownership faster than you thought for less than you thought. All right, we got a little side quest here. Take a look at this. This is South Lido Park. It's this little peninsula at the end of Lido Key, and it has like a little like forest nature area, but all around it, I mean, I'm going to show you all this drone footage, but take a look at this. All these people parking up their boats on this side and this side, going all the way around. That's where the South Lido Park actually is, and right across from the waterway here is Siesta Key. That's actually Bay Island over here, which is all part of Siesta Key. We don't call it Bay Island. Most people don't even know what it's called. But let's get back to our story. So this statistic is based on a survey that Redfin did. They surveyed 3,000 people in February 2024, and the answers here are based on the 1,000 people that said they are renters. And then when asked, why is it that they won't be buying a home anytime soon? Here's what the number one reason was. Available homes are too expensive. And I do agree. The homes are super expensive right now, but they're not going to be like this forever. We'll check this out real quick. Sorry, once again, side little conversation. So South Lido Park actually has a little lake right over here. And this is like a little too shallow to kayak in. Definitely cannot swim in here, lots of barnacles and things like that. But it's a good place to go because you can launch at Ted Sperling Kayak Park, which is part of South Lido Park, just a little further down. And you can launch your kayak, go through the mangrove tunnels, which is super cool, and then end up in that lake over here. I don't know what that lake is called. And then it kind of dumps out here. Usually the tide is too low here to do anything significant. But right now it looks like the water level is a little high. You might actually be able to get through with your kayak. No problem. But just because you got through doesn't mean you'll go anywhere, because it ends right here at the end. And that was a total of 44% of the respondents said that the prices are just too high. But coming in at a close second with 35% of the people saying that they can't afford to save for the down payment. And I want to contest this. I want to challenge some of you because, I understand saving 3.5% as the bare minimum is difficult. But that is not necessarily what you have to do. Have you ever heard of the Down Payment Assistance Program, the DPA? If not, go call your lender. If you don't have a lender, I have a link at the bottom to my guy. His name's Chris Cavazos. He does loans nationwide for residential loans. He does all types of loans, actually. So it's good to reach out to him if you're looking for, a home equity line of credit or a bridge loan or anything like that. And what we have is this. We have a program where you take a class for just a few hours and you will be loaned at 0% interest rate, 0 payments for 30 years, your 3% down payment. Now, this is just the DPA program. There are other down payment programs aside from the DPA, depending on your area, your income level, a whole bunch of questions really. So you can call Chris and reach out to him and ask him, what does he have out there? What are the options for you? So 35% of the people say they can't save up for the down payment. Well, I challenge you, because you can get free money, and you do owe that money. It's a second mortgage, you know, so you don't get it for free, but you do get it for free. So what I mean by that is you still owe the money, but you're gonna pay it back either when you refinance one day or when you sell your home, one or the other. And you're only gonna owe in future dollars the same amount that you took right now. So obviously with inflation and everything coming along nice and strong, that future money is going to be worth less than today's money. So you're kind of getting a really good deal if you think about it. Now, the third reason why people said they don't feel confident they're going to ever be able to buy a home is because of the ability to afford the home. Literally 33% of the people answered that this is the reason why they don't think they're going to be able to ever buy a home. And well, I do agree. It is very difficult to afford a home if you make less than $100,000 a year, household combined income. And even if you do make that much, you should not have any car payments, which, you know, tell me what you think about that, because that car payment greatly affects your debt to income ratio. And that debt to income ratio affects how much you can borrow and if you can, you know, quote unquote, afford the payment. Now, I saw another article that was talking about the average car loan payment being $800. Are you people crazy? $800, and you're complaining about not being able to afford a home? Listen, your poor decision making led you to have an $800 car payment. And the other thing is, why would you get a car payment before you get a house payment? Who was guiding you on that decision? I know this is a little controversial and everyone's like, oh, you got to get a car to, you know, get to work. Listen, stop complaining. I literally sold my car for 9 months just so that I can have a lower debt to income ratio. And I rode my bike 4 miles each way just to get to work. I had to leave an hour early, right? Because then I had to change because I was all sweaty because I live in Florida and it's damn hot over here, okay? So if you want a house, then do what you gotta do. Don't complain about not wanting to do it, or that you have to have an $800 car payment. You guys are smoking crack if you took an $800 car payment. That was just, I'm sorry, I'm getting a little riled up here, but that is so dumb that I don't even know what to say. You want to change it? Change it. Now you got to go and figure out how to get rid of that car payment, pay off the entire balance. Your car's probably worth less than the actual balance itself. So now you need more than just a down payment assistance program. You need to pay down your debt. And then add your credit cards into that as well, by the way. That's going to help your debt to income ratio. So you have a lot of work to do if you're in the position of most people. So even though 33% of the people surveyed said that they cannot afford the payment, maybe you can't afford the payment due to bad decisions. Just saying, maybe. Now, this article goes on to say that if you want to buy, if you're a first-time home buyer and you want to buy a home, you need to make at least $76,000 per year. And the reason I said $100,000 is because Florida is a little more expensive than everywhere else in the nation. The median price is something like $395,000 nationwide, but in Florida, it's something along the lines of $495,000. So you do need to make more money to afford that payment. But now the last thing that we should talk about is the breakdown of who believes that they can and who believes they cannot afford to buy a home. Surprisingly, this was so surprising to me, Gen Z apparently is the one that most likely believes that they can buy a home. And Gen Z, being those between the ages of 18 and 27, definitely I can see why. First of all, they've been fed that they're going to be rich tomorrow. get rich quick schemes online, social media, all that stuff is rampant. So, you know, they probably think that they're going to be able to afford it because they don't know the realities of life. A lot of them are also living at home with their parents and haven't really had to experience the real cost of living. And what I'll say is keep believing it, guys, because I believe it too. I believe that you can get into home ownership, and no matter what your financial situation is today, it doesn't take much, just a little bit of planning and a lot of discipline to change it up and make that a reality.